Hey YouTube, I'm back. Quick update. Um, haven't really added much. I tried a piece of Montipora up here and it died. I had it on a frag rack. I noticed it was polyps were bailing out on the bottom of it, and I quickly moved it to another area, more light, more flow, and it continued to die off. Not sure why. I have some zoas that are definitely struggling on the top edge here. And some other ones I had bought that were really neat looking, but they don't come out. Talked to the guy at the aquarium shop, and he thinks possible lighting issue. So I know that I have some Coral Plus lights, which is like a white light in the back area. That's the one that's furthest back, and that's where the zoas are struggling there. So maybe they're just not used to that bright white light. I know they're grown mostly in this blue light that they have at the aquarium shop, LED blue. They barely use any white. They dose a little bit of purple in. I do have a true UV Geismann, which throws out a ultraviolet rays. Maybe that's a little bit too much for them. I'm not sure, but everything does well for the most part, except for along that top edge there. And I also have these, which Fruit Loops there were really nice, and then they really shrunk up like rapidly. So I don't know if that Kenya tree there in their way is touching them at night. I'm not sure if that's the case. It could be like a warfare. So I'm gonna take that frag back there, if I can pluck off that frag, and the Fruit Loop one, take that out, and that one up there, and just move them down here somewhere. This candy cane coral is not doing too good. Just kind of stopped getting full. Still has its color. Not sure what happened there. These zoas way up top here, they're just struggling to get going. Probably gonna move those. These what are these called? These are called shoot. I forgot. Anyways, they're doing well actually. I've had them for like a few months and they're doing well, but no growth or anything. These cinnamon polyps, the same thing. This one here, I'm not sure what's going on, just pretty much staying status quo. That whole xenia area that I had here to farm is now on a rock. The rock fell off that ledge. I'm going to pull that out and put it out in the open. This Sophastria, I guess? I'm not sure, I forgot. Anyway, this was like really ugly, and it was real bright orange when I bought it. But I moved it out in the middle here, and it's actually getting its color back. So maybe it'll turn bright orange again. See, on the left side it's getting orange. On the right side it's brownish, greenish. The Duncans are doing great. Kenya trees, all these polyps are doing well. I added another toadstool. So it seems like one is open and then the other one closes. It's like every other day. It's kind of weird. That's about it. I just changed the white light that I had in it to a purple plus. So took some of the white out and added more of a purple and violet spectrum. And the tank looks just almost as bright, and took away some of that white light. And now it looks a little bit more colorful. So I think I did a good move there. So I'm just running the Geismann Super Actinic, 2 Coral Pluses, and the ATI Purple Plus. This waving hand here is doing well. So I don't know. I'm gonna just keep trying, trudging along, adding some Montiporas and some hard corals in, but I'm probably gonna stick to just adding softies. This one's doing pretty good. That one goes and comes and goes, comes and goes. You can see like different growth rates. So you see it was growing and then it kind of slowed down, and then now it's colored up and it's starting to go again. Just so you know, my water parameters have been really spot on. I've been testing everything every week. and it's really gone in the right direction as far as that goes. My nitrates have gone up just a bit more now, so I'm probably going to do a water change, and maybe that will help out those zoas. So I'm going to move them, do a water change, and I just changed the bulb out. So those are 3 moves that aren't too drastic, but could help in maybe in a couple of weeks. Water parameters are ALK 10.2, pH 8.0, phosphates are 0.2, which are considered kind of high for SPS. Calcium is 440, salinity is 1.025, magnesium is 1479, ammonia 0, nitrite 0, and nitrates are 32. I like to be under 30. Fish are doing great. I do dose phosphate E. It does make my water cloudy, I believe. The guy in the fish store doesn't know why that small dose would do that, but it does. It's cloudy already. I dosed about an hour ago. I think you need to dose into the weir, which I do, but I don't have very good mass flow in my tank. Like, I probably need a bigger pump in the sump back there to get more turnover. So that's something I might want to look at doing. So if you dose into the weir and it overflows, that cloudiness that I have will be actual phosphates caught in the chemical reaction in your floss. So that's something I might want to try to change. I'm going to go to a dollar store and get some super glue and move those frags. I'm going to just throw that one out. That's done. Any growth you see on there is just algae and natural coralline algae starting to get on it. There's no more polyps. That's done. Yeah, it's strange. Some of them are doing well. Also, the coloration. Like, these look like they're reaching for light. So, I don't know. And they kind of tend to turn into the same color. Like, you can see, like, that one there is grayish, and half of one is gray, and half of one is pink. And then these down here look very similar to those, but they were different. But now they're like a totally different color. These, when I bought them, were more vibrant, and then I actually saw like a little turd of green come out of their mouths. So that tells me that they're probably expelling zooxanthellae. So something's not right. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating how some do well and then some don't. But like I say, I was growing like a weed for a while, and then growth stopped as I started dosing. And when I changed my lights from older lights that were a regular ATI Actinic, a blue plus, a coral plus, and a purple plus. So now I'm closer to that spectrum again, and they're new lights versus like lights that were sitting there for a year and a half. But nothing crazy, just typical reef hobby stuff. I don't know what's going on with the candy cane. It's not dying, but it's just not getting puffy. It split into another head and then kind of gave up. And then these Duncans were growing like weeds. They're still looking great, but they're not growing like weeds anymore. Feeding a cube a day of brine shrimp, or myces shrimp, and I also do Formula 1. I kind of alternate, and I drop a few dry foods in there. Oh, big news, forgot to tell you guys. I actually mated this small male with this fat, angry female, and she literally had this kid in her mouth by the fin, dragging him, making him his little bitch all around the tank, twice. He was almost dead. I dropped him in the back of the sump and gave him a couple days to recuperate. He's got black spots on him. I'm not sure what that's all about, but he's eating like crazy. Maybe just growth or something. I don't know. Anyways, it was like a madhouse in here. Finally took him out. I put him in a little isolation chamber inside the tank, and they were looking at each other through there for like 3 days. And then I tilted it, and then slowly he kind of inched his way out, and then they got along, and now they're like best buds. And The damsel hates that son of a bitch and tries to attack him. There she is, but eventually she steps in and stops the deal. So here, see that? But never gets a chance. Look, he's like, I don't care, I got my cover. See? And everybody else is peaceful, the pygmy here. And then that's the boss of the tank. Very friendly, but will break up fights and not let shit happen. Knows what's going on, that's for sure. And then here's that Dottie back. There he is. He loves that pipe. PVC. So you got a lot of semi-aggressive fish. You have to have a lot of hiding spots. I have lots of hiding spots in here. A lot of rock structure, a lot of caves, a lot of Carib Sea caves that are turned up onto each other. I have this little PVC network here. Just a lot of hiding spots, so that lowers the aggression. All right, that's a long video. That was a lot of rambling, a lot of talking. Oh, they always say thumbs up and like if you want more videos. I've never done that before, so maybe say thumbs up and like. Maybe I'll get more subscribers. Peace.